It's your boy EVO Shawn the Wonder here again, and I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so this is just some thoughts about the recent video game news. Yeah, so this past week has been very interesting to me, so I wanted to talk about things that's been going on this past week or so. Firstly, Valve came out with the announcement of their Steam Deck, which is like their portable handheld system. It's basically more of a portable handheld PC than it is like a portable console, since you can mod it however you like. You can add any programs to it, like Microsoft Word, emulators, all that other stuff, just like you can with a PC, a regular PC. So it's basically like a portable PC that's with the design of a handheld console. I won't be getting to the specs of that myself. I'm not one of those type of nerds that even really knows what a lot of that shit is, but I do know about gigabytes and storage. So I think all the models will have like 16 gigs of RAM, and the storage will be about the base model, which is priced at $400, will have like 64 gigabytes, which is really nothing actually in a grand scope of things. Like that shit ain't nothing. Like, you can't even install like some big AAA titles won't be able to fit on that. You could probably fit some indies on there. Like, maybe a bunch of retro titles could fit on there, but like modern indies, you'd probably be able to fit like a few on there. The next model they offer, I think it's 232 gigs or something like that. I know it's in the 200 range. That would be about $500 something for that one. Then you got the last storage, which has about 500 gigabytes of storage, and I think that's priced at like, what's it like? I think it was $600-700. But really, I'm not sure about it myself. It does look neat. If I had like the cash to spend it, I would get it as soon as it came out. Like, I would probably go for the highest model one. I think it runs a little bit faster the higher you go up as well. And I know like the largest gigabyte model, the 500 storage, has like I think it's an anti-glare, anti-scratch screen, so that's pretty cool. I will go for that. Would be the one I will go for if I could get it. As far as the device itself, yeah, it did throw me off seeing the analog sticks being right next to the D-pad and buttons. The guy from IGN who demonstrated that, I was actually surprised that it seems like so far this past week only IGN was able to demo it. I think Valve will try to send it to other gaming outlets as well, but so far it's only been IGN that's shown to have a hands-on experience with it. The guy from there said actually it's comfortable. It's not as comfortable as you think it might be. It's actually pretty comfortable. It also has track pads below the analog sticks, and I think those are diagonal. So I guess it'd be good for something that you would prefer to use mouse controls for. Aside from that, the OS on it looks clean. It looks basically like Steam. I don't be on Steam a whole lot, so. But from the little I've been on it, it just looks like the Steam's OS to me. I know it's their own version of it just for this device. But actually I actually think it might end up doing well. Just the idea of having a bunch of Steam and PC games on the go sounds like a good idea to me. And I don't think this will just end up being forgotten like the Steam machine, which I completely forgot about until I've been reading articles and watching videos on this Steam Deck. But yeah, I don't think it'll end up being forgotten like the Steam machine or the Steam controller. That's another thing I forgot about as well. But yeah, I can see this doing well. Yeah, personally myself, I don't have that many games on Steam. Actually, I looked back yesterday. I had more games than I realized on there, but I'm positive some of those are probably just like free things I got from something. Like, there's no reason I would buy some unknown game that looked kind of trash to me. I got something that called The Slater on there, and like a few other games like I never really heard of, and I wouldn't intentionally buy. But yeah, since so many people have Steam and have tons of games on it, I could see this doing pretty decent. Of course, nowhere near close as the Switch. But speaking of the Switch, the OLED screen model, it's a bit of a disappointment for some people. Since I never had a Switch in the first place, whenever I get one, I'll definitely get the OLED model. Next, we have a copy of Mario 64 selling for like $1.5 million. Like, that is insane, man. Like, whoa. Some people on the internet saying that it feels sketchier. I don't really follow like video game auctions and collectibles like that, so I don't know if there was really something sketchy underneath the surface. But it don't surprise me that there are rich nerds out there who want to buy like a sealed, like factory sealed copy, like from the store shelves, from a Mario 64 from like, man, it's like the game is over 20 years old now. For like $1.5 million. That is still kind of saying that's $1.5 million, bro. That's $1.5 million. But yeah, there are some stupidly rich people out there. Some other people saying that maybe they have fake bidders on it, and they was trying to artificially up the price for it. But still, at the end of the day, that means somebody did actually pay $1.5 million. So somebody really did want that game that bad to pay $1.5 million for it. I don't think I would even do that, even if I was that damn rich. But it's crazy. This past year, actually, video game collectibles and shit have been going up in price. I need to see if I might have something worth a little bit of change. Yeah, it's crazy. Just last year, I think a copy of Super Mario Bros. 3, I think it sold for like $200,000 or $300,000, and then this year you go from $203,000 totally up to $1.5 million. And I think just 1 or 2 months ago, a copy of the original Legend of Zelda sold for like, was it like $800,000? I think. Things keep escalating. Yeah, it was sold by Heritage Auctions, $1.5 million. Super Mario 64. Oof. That is crazy. The last thing I want to talk about, well, the last couple of things I want to talk about, Final Fantasy X had just had its 20th anniversary. I think it was 2 days ago. These anniversaries started to be going over my head and stuff. There's like a lot of them, all these big anniversaries past couple of years. But yeah, Final Fantasy X, man. I feel old just thinking it's 20 years old now, man. I was like 11 or 12 when I played that. Yeah, it's amazing. I remember the first time I played it, and that was my second Final Fantasy game. My first Final Fantasy game was 9, 10 was my second, and it was just a magical experience. I'm being so enamored by that game back then. Played that game a few times. Still never beat the Monster Arena to this day. Like, maybe one day I'll go back and do it, but I really don't have time to be doing that nowadays. We'll see. Yeah, man, it sort of makes me feel a wave of nostalgia and sadness just thinking about it being 20 years old and everything that's happened during that time with me and stuff. Yeah, but the last thing I want to talk about is EVO 2021, EVO Online this year. So as y'all know, EVO's going strictly online this year. It's been bought out by PlayStation. And surprise announcement for you guys, I'm going to be participating in it with the Tekken 7 lineup. I actually missed the Tekken 7 warm-ups, man. I'm sort of beating myself up over it, man. It just went over my head. I never even knew about it. Like, how did people even know about that? I would have signed up. I would have participated in a warm-up event. But come August 6th, when EVO 2021 starts, I'll be participating in Tekken 7. So come watch me play in that. I'll let y'all know when that time is ready. And I've been watching some of the warm-up feeds over the past few days, like the warm-up tournaments. There's actually some really good play already. Like Street Fighter V, one of my personal favorite player, El Chicote, also known as Taunt Button, entered, and he was wrecking fools with his Armika. He's also a Lucia player too, but he rarely used her from what I saw. Only caught like the finals, but he only switched to her one time, and he didn't do that good with her that one time. I know Lucia is a harder character to play to win as with versus Armika, who does more damage and who has more priority in her moves and things like that. You have to work harder for your wins with Lucia versus Armika. But yeah, there was still some amazing gameplay to watch. I was so disappointed he didn't win the grand finals against Yanu. Yanu was also a really good player too. Like them Monat combos were sweet. Still, since El Chicote is my personal favorite, he's my senpai. I was just disappointed he didn't take the win for that one, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to y'all about today. So just let me know in the comments what y'all think about all these recent news, or if there was something I should have covered that I didn't. I'll see y'all guys next time. Peace out.